It's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, on self-assessment. Sexment? Oh dear me. Self-assessment tax return day. Sexment. Oh God. Yeah, do you know what? I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving it in. I'm not starting again. That's funny. Anyway, it is self-assessment tax return day. For those of you who are not self-employed in the UK, don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Basically, today is the last day you can get your self-assessment into the HMRC, which is the tax office here in the UK. And it is possibly the most ridiculous and unnecessarily stressful bit of admin that you have to do all blooming year. Honestly, it's like it's written in English. You know the words. You can sort of work out the sentence, but what the hell it means is just a completely different thing. It's just beyond me sometimes. And to explain it to people, they have a little blue circle with a question mark in. So you're like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, look, there's a question mark. Click on that. And then some of them take you to YouTube things where someone's talking English and you can understand it. Or they'll send you to a different page with like a little drop down thing and go like, am I in that bit? Oh, I'm there. Look, okay, I tick that. Okay. Holy crap, it's horrible. And I can see why there are so many like sketch shows that talk about it, because it is just stupid. My absolute favourite is Black Books, the TV series with Bill Bailey in it. And there's a bit where Bernard's filling in his tax return and he's just shouting, going, what? What does that mean? What? And I think anybody completing a self-assessment tax return today would have been doing the same thing. And today is the final day. You have to have it done by the 31st. So I'd love to know how many of us have left it to today, because I always do. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't. And it is part of my New Year's resolution not to do this anymore. So next year, I'm putting it on my calendar. The first day that you can do it next year, I'm doing it, because I'm not self-employed anymore. So it's not going to be the full year and I can just complete it because I'm now PAYE and I won't need to worry about it. But I think it'll probably be after April, in it, and you can probably start to do the new one. So that is going to be done. So I don't have this thing, because it's all well and good doing it and leaving it to the last minute. But if you have an issue, you then got to ring the tax office. Ringing the tax office on the 30th of January is like ringing a loved one on New Year's Eve. The phone lines are just too jam-packed. I had £6 credit on my phone when I rang them. And I didn't even get through to someone before my credit died. And you know what? I probably used most of it up just trying to get through to the right line, because it's not a push button thing anymore. No, it's like press option 1, press this, press that. And little life hack for you. If you've ever got a push button thing, just keep pressing 0. It just puts you through to someone straight away. Anyway, little life hack that I learned years ago. But anyway, so it's not a push button thing, HMRC. It asks you questions. And it says, if you know what your problem is, just say it. Okay. I don't think I need to fill in a tax return. You don't need to pay tax. Yes. Okay. And then it lists the next set of options, none of which are relevant to you. You're just like, oh, crap. Okay, let's start again. And you start again. And you sort of think, okay, all right, I'll reword it this time. Talk about, what do I need to do if I don't need to register a self-assessment? We don't have an option for that. It's like, In the end, I just literally just went, self-assessment tax return. You want to talk to someone about your self-assessment tax? Yes, I do. And then it asked me another question. I just lied, because I thought, you know what? If I say that, it's going to get me through to someone. And oh my God. Everything about the self-assessment tax return is stressful. And you doesn't need to pay. Oh my God. Honestly, some of the questions as well, you're just like, what? And then it was asking me this and it's asking me that. And I'm like, I can see it's English. What the fuck does does it mean? What? Oh, I'd like to be a fly in the wall. But I'd like to hear from you as well. Give me your tax return stories. Let's share them. That would be a brilliant podcast. Email me, aka littleblue@gmail.com. I want to hear your stressful things that you've had to do to get this blooming tax return done by tonight. I got it done by 7 p.m. I'm quite chuffed with that because baby Blue goes to bed at 7 p.m. and I got it done before she went to bed, so I didn't have to worry about it. And now I can make myself a nice glass of Pimm's and lemonade and get myself some chocolate and just sit down and chill. Or, I've even got all the toys packed away tonight. My living room is looking okay-ish. There's a few clothes that need putting away and I probably should do the washing up. But you know what? Sod it, I've just done a blooming tax return. Oh, sorry to anyone that's not self-employed, because you'll probably be going, what the hell is she going on about? She sounds loopy. But there's just something so euphoric about getting it done and getting it out of the way. Oh, I don't know why it's so stressful. It just is. It's one of those things of life, isn't it? And it has actually, doing it has made me realise something about myself. I had all of these big things to get over. For those of you who are new to the podcast, hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Basically, this time last year, I was considered homeless. If you've heard me say this before, if you've been listening. And it has been a year of me having a lot of very, very adult, important, stressful to-dos in my to-do list. And that to-do list just felt like it was getting longer and longer rather than shorter and shorter the more I did. And I now have, at the beginning of today, I had 2 left. The tax return, and then this one that I've got to sort out by Monday. And even that is nearly sorted. It's nearly sorted. It's going to be so good. But when I did my tax return, and I was like, it's actually done. And I saw the little email come through to say I've done it. I was like, I've got one more thing. I can focus on one thing and I don't have to think, I've still got that to do. I've still got that to do. It's the last thing. And then I'm in this lovely, the place I wanted to be. And I can start actually thinking like a normal person and making plans and not being bogged down by stuff, touch wood. I'm sure I will be, but it's such a euphoric and lovely feeling. And February, you're going to be better than January. January has been full of stressful things, but I think you have to get through that last little bit of stress to get the peace and quiet that you've been waiting for. So, yes, big well done to anybody who completed their tax return and is feeling like this right now. Smug face. Smug face. Do you know, one year I literally left it to the very last minute and I think I'd sent it through at midnight. Yeah, never doing that again. So, yes, it's going on the calendar tonight. Get it done. And I've also been talking to my friend Kerry today, who's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful young lady. And I sent her this post on Instagram and it said something along the lines of, be the person that is kind every day and that can bring somebody overwhelming happiness just from your kindness, like your constant kindness. So keep doing it, even though they can't repay you or you get nothing in return. Just keep being the person that dishes out kindness, because that says so much about you, and it is honestly, it's so appreciated by the people receiving it. I know if I receive it, it does. And I sent this message to Kerry, this meme thing to Kerry, because that's how I feel about her. She's constantly doing stuff for me. She's constantly supporting me and listening to me moan and this and that. And she's incredible. She's an incredible, incredible woman. And I sent it to her and she said, oh, I've always done that. I always feel like it's important to pay a compliment and do this. And apparently today her mum's had her hair done. And she said, I couldn't stop staring at her. She was so beautiful. And rather than just sort of letting it pass and saying, well, your hair looks nice, She really complimented her, going, oh, I love the colour, I love this, it's beautiful, it really lights up your face, you look so much younger, and blah, blah. And she was really going into the compliments. And then Kerry, being Kerry, started getting all sheepish about it and going, oh, well, I'm not a lesbian, and then like digging a little hole for herself. But she is very much in the same frame of mind as I am. If you think a compliment, pay it. Always 100% pay that compliment, because you can change a person's day. I mean, I was having a really rubbish day when I was at drama school, and I was stood outside Richmond Station in Surrey, and I can remember I just felt like the whole blooming world was on my shoulder. Do you know what? I was probably having to do a blooming tax return and hadn't done it. I will stop soon. Anyway, I was having a really rubbish day, basically. And this woman that I didn't know came up to me and she said, I love your coat. It really compliments you. It just brings out the colour of your eyes and makes you look stunning. I love it. Where's it from? And honestly, I was just like, oh, I'm wearing a nice coat that makes my eyes look good. Oh, and I felt so good after that. A compliment always makes you feel so much better. Really, really does. And she could have just looked at my coat, gone, oh, that's a nice coat. Looks really nice on her. Kept it all in her head and walked past me. And I would have still felt like absolute poop, and I hadn't done my tax return. She didn't. She said it to me, and it just cheered me up and turned my day the other way around. It's, always 100% pay a compliment to people. And like posts. If somebody has commented on your social media posts, just give them a like, or give them just a little thank you or something. Because I don't know about you, like, especially if it's someone well known, if you comment on a post they do and they talk to you back, it's like, oh my God, I've just had a conversation with so-and-so. And today I've had 4 celebrities do that to me. It never happens, ever. And today, 4 people that I've commented on their things. I've had 2 mentions in people's stories as well. Because I listened to, I listened to this Scrummy Mummies podcast tonight. And so I'm going off on a tangent. But it was so inspiring and so, it just really spoke to me. Really spoke to me. Especially if you're a working mum or a working parent, listen to this podcast, because it's just brilliant. It's a really good, and it's hilariously funny. They talking about the foo-foos at one point, but honestly, the Scrummy Mummies podcast, the most recent one, go and listen to it, because it is brilliant. And just, I did share a link to Spotify on my Instagram stories today, so you can probably find it that way if you can't find it any other way. But it was just inspiring. So I'm feeling relatively good today, and I've got this one horrible to do left to do, and then it's just going to be great. And what a way to prove positive thinking and actions changes your life. This time last year, I was homeless. I was living with my ex's family, and I was in a very toxic, horrible environment. It was affecting my health. My hair was falling out, for example. It was affecting baby Blue. And just in what must be 10 months now, 9-10 months, I'm nearly to the place I wanted to be. In just 10 months. It's mad. It's mad. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, I'm so proud of myself. Wow. Sorry, never thought I'd say those words. Yes, I've got PTSD. Yes, I've got mental health issues still to deal with. But do you know what? I've done good here. And I'm going to keep doing good. And I'm going to keep battling through. And I'm going to keep asking for help when I need it. Because without that, I wouldn't have got anywhere. And that is what's kept me positive. And yes, so keep yourself positive. Keep going. Get that tax return done by midnight if you haven't already. Good luck, and have a stiff drink once you've finished it. Anyway, got to go now because it's the end of the podcast. But have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for a Friday night podcast. Take care. Bye.